Oh man. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, dames and dolls, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to Arcanum. Here we are again, on our own. If the game doesn't crash and do. It's been a while. Haven't had a chance to play as much as I would like. We have a lot of things we gotta do. A lot of things, and fucking Percival Tune, Elven Funerary Stone, the Twin Skulls, Medallion of Beauty. Alright, so, here we go. This was one of the last games I ever showed my granddad, who died 2 years back. He was a good guy. Weird, you know, born in the very early 1930s. Born in 31, actually. And, he grew up in an interesting era, and he had a lot of adventures. He was in the army. He had been an oil engineer forever. He was an interesting guy, and, his stories were pretty infamous. He always had a story for everything. He's one of those people that could always tell you, well, this one time, or a friend of mine years ago, and it was always an interesting story. He also is the instigator of the Sidecord meme in the Legion, and he was always very supportive. So, in the last few months he was alive, he was in a lot of pain, and he spent a lot of time in the hospital, and my dad got him a tablet so he could, you know, watch movies or whatever without having to rely on the hospital staff. And so, my dad sent him a link, I think, or someone did. And he actually got a chance to see my channel. And he called me a few weeks before he died. And he told me, I have no idea what you're doing with all this, but it's pretty fucking funny. I was thinking about that today, I don't know why. Not have survived the crash? Well, I'm not the person you're looking for. Also, I'm far worse than the person you're looking for, because the person you're looking for can't do this! Oh, yeah, where are you gonna go? Fuck off. I have an army. Look at this. I win. Yeah. Oh, I don't want that. I just want the...
How can I help you?
I just want the nice things. The money. You know. The money. Their smaller possessions don't intrigue me anymore. I am, after all, a dick whiz... Oh, again. Told him they'll die, and then I'll do this. He is a dark individual. Excellent. You know, if you're an assassin, you have to use rusty weapons. You have chosen poorly. Just, saying. The Black Mountain Mines. Oh, and wildlife, my favorite. Well, the game is doing a lot of weird loading. Don't know why, but this is quite modded, and there are, of course, a lot of extra concerns, as this game is old. And what's sad to think is many of your favorite games will someday become unplayable. For whatever reason. Die. If you were a wizard, what would your wizard name be? Because they all have wizard names. Also, this looks like the entrance of a dwarf fortress that I run, in that it is terrible, and underwhelming, and mostly terrible. Alright, the Black Mountain Mines is considered to be one of the biggest trapped areas in the game. There's traps everywhere, and if you don't have the right equipment or the right spells, you can find yourself in trouble. However, it's good to have what's called this scroll of exiting, for if you need to get the fuck out of things, and it works like a town portal scroll. However, since I don't have any of the things I should, I'm going to be running through traps and everything else like an idiot. That's right. Explode wolves with your brain. That's what you do when you're a wizard. So everyone should give me their best wizard names. I would like to see what you can come up with. Don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that like button. Yes, be gone, wolf. Be gone. Pest control. That's right. You have to be careful in these parts. These tombs are filled with terrible things, but like a proper dwarf fortress, there is foreboding and questionable construction of the facility. That's one thing I've noticed about dwarf fortress. I see a lot of people's fortresses, and they always have these really questionable construction methods, which I think is just part and parcel of the game. There are some people who can do great art, like Krug Smash. He makes these fortresses that are just magnificent with giant towers and these amazing bastions, and it's something you'd want to see in a role-playing game. Then you have Pablo Ichiban, who's the editor, who is probably going to tell you to check out his channel. He'll probably put a link at the bottom, and I'm fine with that. I usually direct people at the end of these videos to his channel. But Pablo is amazing at Dwarf Fortress. One time we were all drinking and streaming. Pablo being the father of many childrens who are loud and amusing. He does his best dad voice, and he tells us all as we're playing Dwarf Fortress that he can sort this out. So midstream, we turn it over to Pablo. Oh my god, a fucking panther. I think it'd be great if these little bastards summoned it and it just started shaking them around in its teeth. But Pablo is so good at fucking Dwarf Fortress, he makes it look easy. Like, his Dwarf Fortress playthrough, all you hear is keys clacking and him talking, and he's just so fast with everything, but he also has a good understanding of design principle. So I've been telling Pablo, look bud, you need to absolutely, oh, teleportation, I want you so, and I will have you. Teleportation is broken, and I love it. It's beautifully broken. But no, Pablo's understanding of this game is so great, I've encouraged him to make guides on Dwarf Fortress. See, I knew it. Oh dear, I have fallen asleep. And their weapons are damaged every time they attack these things. And that's not the worst thing we're gonna run into. Just an ore golem. You know, I'm really wondering on that wizard name thing. What's in a wizard name? Because there's, you know, Tensor and Kelimvor? No, sorry, that's the god. Kelvin Blackstaff. Big B. There's all these crazy wizards from D&D. And see, they're starting to run into traps. Even the creatures aren't immune. Alright. Time to use some positive energy necromancy. The problem here is that this whole place is awful. And by awful, I mean it's chock full of traps, it's chock full of creatures that'll damage your weapons. So if you're a melee dude, you'll find your explosive abilities and everything else are going to serve you better. Because if you're a melee dude and you run in here, you'll damage your weapons to the point where they will break. They will absolutely break. Now, why am I picking up a lava rock, some of you may ask? That's a trap I just stepped on. The reason I'm picking up the lava rock is the lava rock is one of many offerings in the game to the various gods, if memory serves. Now, I've been thinking about other role-playing games to play after this. Something I may turn Pablo loose on, because Pablo is a fine editor, and he's a scholar and a gentleman. How would you guys feel if after this I recorded a playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic, perhaps even Part 2? Now, the Legion did a playthrough of... some of you may remember we did a playthrough of... no, don't need those. I'm not a technologist. Some of you may remember we did a group playthrough of Neverwinter Nights, which is a game that has aged like dirt. It has not aged well, and even though Beamdog did their best to make it a more stable game, it certainly needs its help. However, Pablo is our DM for Pathfinder, and Pablo is a nerd of the same generation as I. A co-op campaign with Mr. Pablo and some of the RPG guys could be something worth editing together. And worry not, friends, I'm not looking for something, shall we say, to busy myself with. I'm not adding to my thing, I'm just keeping a much reduced pace, and I think that perhaps playing through another quality RPG with Pablo editing would be good. Fuck you, Rock. Fuck you. But I'm also tempted in playing another run-through of Arcanum, but as a technologist. Whether as a gun-slinging madman or perhaps damn traps. Yes, I know, we're in combat. But looting comes first. If you're a technologically inclined character, this whole place is full of delicious loot. And I mean delicious loot. This whole place is just chock full of it. Enough stuff to invent anything, really. The problem is it comes at a unhealthy price. This whole place is just filled with monsters and traps. It's a wonderful place to grind if you know what you're doing. But if you show up here too early, you can lose your ass. I remember when I was speaking with Leon Boyarsky via internets back in the day. Back when I was a young lad. I messaged the then solvent Troika, and I said, Leon Boyarsky, O sage of sages, hear my call. And we spoke, and he actually took time out of his day to actually bounce emails back and forth with me, being a young man, and certainly interested in the goings-on of this magnificent game. And I could tell by how we had talked back and forth that he actually knew what the fuck he was talking about. He'd actually played a lot of Arcanum. Because he was like, oh, if you go to the Black Mountain Mines at this point, you can do X, Y, and Z. I'm not sure if he remembers that, but it certainly gave a very positive sort of... it gave me some good feels for a young kid. Well, younger man, I should say. He was a good one. Well, he is a good one. I'm not sure if he even remembers me now, but I made him, in my fanboyism, a wallpaper with MS Paint, of all things. I made him a wallpaper of all of the original Fallout 1 and 2 status effects. Every single one of them. And, I put a lot of work into it. It was all of them as this weird grid. And I made it for him, and he sent me back a screenshot that showed it. He was using it on his computer, and he thought it was really cool. And that he humored me when he certainly could have said fuck off or contact customer support. I will appreciate that for many years. He was a good motherfucker. I'm sure he is still. Quench life. Leon Boyarsky is one of the 3 guys who kind of founded Troika. He's also responsible for the retro-futuristic look of Fallout. Yeah, I'm gonna go toward Resurrect so I can actually just bring people back. I think that'll be great. Stand by for Trap. Trap. It's quite alright. I've stockpiled so many potions that I can more or less just ride this out. Not enough energy. Well, time for a wizard nap. I like how they handled magic in this. I like the idea of it drawing off your energy so that what fatigues a wizard is really how much vital essence he possesses. I also love that here you'll see other dead adventurers who've come in here in the loot. But yeah, I'm thinking after this maybe doing another Arcanum. And then potentially doing a Knights of the Old Republic. But I haven't decided yet. These are all just ideas. It depends on what you guys want to see. If you guys don't want to see any of that, I'll just go play Space Station 13 and Dwarf Fortress. I'm quite content to play the games I like, even if no one watches. Because that's how this channel fucking started. And if that's what ends it, I'm more than fine. And holy shit, what is oh dear. Yes, this is bad. I must look at him. This little bastard is summoning a zoo. He's a zoomancer. Alright, well, fuck you. First of all, Fire Flash. Yeah, I've killed your animals. And you die screaming. Because you are unimportant. You are garbage. Dear. Most perplexing. Alright, fine, fuck it. Please don't die, dog. Dog kills man. Well done. Well done. I was like, I haven't saved in a while. There we are. One for me. Oh shit. Well, it's alright. Never discount the little things in the world. Kobolds, hobbits, what have you. I've met quite a few legionnaires, trying to overcome my social anxieties and proclivity toward living alone. Met Pablo. When he came over, I said I had prepared a feast, and I did. I had cooked all of these epic meal things, meats and such. But one of the things I'd really enjoyed was, to get that full old-school gamer feel, I had made a entire enormous bake tray full of Totino's pizza rolls. And so Pablo, I had made him some tea, and he was drinking this really strong black Russian tea, and he was dancing and eating Totino's pizza rolls. We were also drinking, and I said, "What is that dance?" And he says, "I don't know, man, but I'm doing it." So I joined him for it in a moment. Celebration should be celebrated and not ridiculed. Search for the target in the abandoned mines of the Black Mountain clan. Any failures like those in Shrouded Hills will be met with the most severe punishment. I hate to be the asshole here, but I wouldn't put a comma there. I would say, search for the target in the abandoned mines of the Black Mountain clan, and then I would say, we will not tolerate any failure similar to those experienced in your fellow operatives. And then don't say where, in case anyone captures it, so if someone picks it up, they're like, operatives for what? They won't know. Machine gun that shit. Not well, though. It ain't one of them homing spells. Sometimes you just gotta throw your dick around as a wizard. Show people what you can do. Even if you miss, if you have earth-shattering kaboom. Ow, wow, that was bad. If you have the ability to shatter, stones and earth and send people and body parts flying, you should absolutely use that shit. Alright, we're gonna use this, Sense Invisible and Traps. I picked up another wonderful little scroll, so I'm hoping I'll be able to use it. Alright, here we go. Splendid. Alright, now this one could be problematic. So I will do a little bit of saving. You know what's funny? Is I'm finding a lot of people who are going back through and watching old episodes of Space Station 13. They're just watching them, trying to watch all of them. And I would encourage you not to do this. Indeed, I fall down, but that's how you do that shit. Room clearing wizard style. But some people are trying to watch every episode of Space Station 13. I've spotted a trap. Some of these traps are quite meaty. And some of these blueprints you'll find are amazing. Pyrotechnic, everything, this eye goggles, some unidentified magic hammer. You'll find a lot of amazing shit in here, much like dungeon diving a dwarf fortress. Some of this will be put to use. Most of this will be sold. The crow is in danger. I have to keep that one. Alright, we're gonna put this one away. We're gonna pick up that. We're gonna drop this. I know, I have too much shit. I'm slowly working through it. I apologize. Those machine gauntlets are worth something, and I can put them on Dingbat. Old Dingus McDingerson here. Machined gauntlets. Oh, maybe.
How can I help you?
Yeah, he won't give those up because he's a dick. But you can make all sorts of interesting discoveries in the Black Mountain mines. It's a wonderful place to level up. It's also a wonderful place to gain all sorts of treasures. And as I said, if you're technologically inclined, you will find much. Yeah. Fucking magic bullshit is everywhere. Looks like a typical dwarf fortress to me. Death traps and workshops. Little bit of everything. Why not? With the scroll of exiting, you don't have to find your way back. However, if you don't have a scroll of exiting, you're doomed. Now, that rock sprite is sitting there. And I'm not going to fall for that. Fuck you. But I fell for that. It's a trap. Thank God. Another note. more fucking notes. The monocle in hand. Oh, man. Fool me once, right? Alright, let's give me some big boy health. Jesus. This whole place is trapped and there's nothing to it but... Oh, great. You know what? Fuck it. Nature Destroyer, go! Yeah, one of those wolves summoned a cougar. This is the level of bullshit we're dealing with now. However, my wolf is better than their wolf, and they can go fuck themselves. I think that's amazing. When nature summons nature to fight nature, the Black Pants Legion presents Deadly Planet. I'd love to do a nature show without knowing anything about the animals. They're like, alright, here's the animals you gotta cover, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'd just me going, holy shit! They can do that? These are the semi-dangerous animals. If you look, poor Magnus is at half health. These fuckers attack, and they have so much fucking life, it's ridiculous. Oh, wrong button. What did I meant to do? Did I? Oh dear. Agility of fire. I've buffed it. Wizards do that all the time anyways, though. They're like, oh, I forgot. I shouldn't do that to those. Now they're far more dangerous. You're like, what did you do? Nothing. Nothing, surely. Alright, I'm going to pour this down the dwarf's throat. Dwarf is alive. Now we're getting into Spoopy Land. The home of 1001... Oh boy, here they are. I remember correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, AoE grinding. Be gone. Oh yes. Other adventurers are in here fighting. Which is none of my business. I'm here to collect gold and slay thoughts. Ah, good. Good. Where's the next one? Ah, there he is. You little shit. Next. There is more? What else is acting out? Fuck it. We don't have to worry about machine gun skeletons, so we'll be alright. You can make a really good haul off this place. I mean, I do mean it. There's a lot of money to be made. All you gotta do is bring a little gumption and the want to murder. Lots and lots of creatures. And enjoy your level ups, because now I can resurrect, which means I don't give a shit. So this is a dwarven home. Got a fireplace and a dwarven portraits that menace with spikes, I'm sure. I try to give my dwarves homes like this, and they don't appreciate them. My dwarves never appreciate anything. It's that damned rain, you know. That's all they can think about, is the fucking rain. I slept outside. The rain is terrible. You have a stateroom that is gorgeous, but the rain, I saw it. I dislike it heavily. Alright. Just to let you know, the dwarves haven't been here a while. They put spoopy cobwebs everywhere. You know, just in case the general lack of dwarves and drinking and catsplosion and mining and tantrums and fights and the hammer is smashing nobles and what have you. The lack of that not being a giveaway. It's a granite rat. The Greater North American Granite Rat, Raticus granicus. Suck it, Linnaeus. Suck it deep and hard. Alright. Now I have to rest a while. Because the world is dark and full of terror. I don't want that anymore. I have many rings. I think adventurers probably end up owning pawn shops. I just think that's how it goes. Alright, there are traps in here. Yep. Holy shit, there are traps in here. Armor damage level of traps. Goddamn. Again with the traps. Thank God there's a scroll of Sense Invisible / traps. There are so many traps. I hate them. Oh, go away. Up, see? There's a fireball trap. There's a trap. I had to open it, of course. The power axe. Yes, the dwarves have 40k technology. Amazing. I will take it. It will be worth many coin. But no, I mean, this whole place is just chock full of fucking traps. The whole place. I need these scrolls of sense traps or I will die. Look at that. Jesus. Now I need a scroll of Dispel Magic. Or a spell of new legs. They don't make that one. Oh. Damnation. He was just hiding in the corner. You bastard. Works on you. Ah, shit. Running into traps again. Since traps is worn off. Trap. Nothing but traps. This whole place is chock full of... And I knew it. Why not? Surely they can't kill me. Surely. That is my theory, anyways. Okay, I'm chock full of poison. There we go. Okay. Shit. Damn you. You goddamn wizards. By that I mean not wizards, these are dwarves. Everyone has scrolls, of course. Trap in the chest. Going to die of poison. Barely not dying of poison. Halt poison. Yeah. I'm going to need to sit and rest a moment. Jesus. Ah, damn. Again. This whole place is nothing but traps. No, no. Why did you do that? Let's just use this from here on out. Yep. Look at this. Oh, thank God. Don't think this is going to help. It's just going to prolong the inevitable. It would have been hilarious if there was a trap in there that would blow my head off. Gotta use my fatigue restorer. And the thing wore off. Shit. Alright. Now that I've done this, look at all these. Just everywhere. Traps, traps, traps. No thank you. Ah, here we are. Alright, let's save. The Black Mountain Mines. A most tragic place. Full of evil and fuckery. Fuck. Another trap. Oh, careful. Make sure I'm using the right one. Alright. There's a pretty big throwdown up here if memory serves. Yep. Now, they may look like little goblin bastards, but... remember that some of them are casters. And you can never trust casters. Merc the wizard first. Geek the mage, as they say. Chummer. Alright, I gave my boys a hell of a good start. Time for wizard naps. I'll get up in a minute. They must have smelling salts. Ah, good. Remember, use your scrolls so you can see what'll kill you. Being that this is the place that is full of things that will kill you, the answer is probably yes. Yes. Die, you little shit. No, no! Deal with it! Your employer is angry. Look at this. It's just traps. So many traps. Traps. We're moving on. Now, the reason there are all these traps is there is a dwarf still left in this fortress. And he has been laying traps. That is how he has been spending his time. He is more than content to do so. He is ready and willing and waiting. So where, rat? Dwarf Fortress has taught me to fear these. I mean, after all, they usually appear, they usually have names. They're quite dangerous. Each and every one. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Yep. Damnation. So many traps. But all this fine jewelry. I love the fact you find the assassins dispatched here, one step ahead of you, have fared no better. They're just dead in various poses. Sogmead mug attack. Yes. Thank you. Your employment shall continue. Oh dear. Rough cut diamonds and such. Oh boy. There are some places where you really can't make it any further forward. The traps prevent any sort of movement. Oh dear, it's locked. What is it? There's always a means with a wizard. Cathorn crystal. Which on the surface just appears to be yet another gemstone, but in truth it has many purposes. One of which is story-centric. And while minor, does help. I'm using my healing poultices and such instead of, using my magic. Like a wizard day 3 into a dungeon, running out of food because his bag is filled with bat guano and material components and all sorts of other wizard shit. And he forgot rations, and his frail body cannot stand up to the rigors of the dungeon. Can you heal me with magic? No. No, I can't. What if there was a scroll of just paranoia? And it made you think there were traps everywhere. Made you think that everything was trapped. I wonder what psychiatric conditions there would be for someone who was a dungeon diver, believing that all chests were in fact mimics, or that doors were in fact inventive traps to kill you. This long hallway is fairly infamous in Arcanum. This is where a lot of people die, because the traps are everywhere. And unless you're willing to use the scrolls or shit, stupid like I just was, you'll find death awaits you. My last scroll of Sense Invisible / traps. Sogmead mug. Adventuring alcoholic. Hell of a poison amount. Ah, yes. Jesus. The leader of this mess. Alright. Dwarf villager. I doubt that. Why have you come? I will not go. I spit on the judgment of the Wheel Clan, elven pawns. It comes to this, it does. I am ashamed for myself and my kind, I say. I don't understand. I'm here to find the Black Mountain Clan. Betrayal it was, myself, the clan of the Wheel, betrayers all sent to despair without hope for return. It was Stinar and the boy, Stinar and Bates. We all paid the burden of shame. Who are you? Gudmund Orbender of the Mountains Black. I am shamed, betrayer, but not. I did what must be done. I alone stood for the right. Yours is not to judge. Mine is the harshest judgment of all. So, he's saying his clan is gone, an island of death and hate, the unholy place of judgment. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Gaze upon the pillar of truth for your answers. Too long has my mind been consumed with the traps and those waiting for me to slip and show weakness. They are here, you know, waiting and hiding in the shadows. So you've been down here for 70 years laying traps and waiting. My traps keep me safe. Our homes must be protected to the end of days. Much evil afoot. I'm like, oh, alright, I'm gonna read his thing. I am not proud as I set this down, but it must be known I, Gudmund Orbender, have rejected the judgment of the Wheel Clan. The banishment of the Black Mountain Clan to the Isle of Despair for crimes against the Dwarven world, namely the sharing of technology with the humans, is a more graven offense than that which it purports to avenge. I commit to stone my judgment on Lorgaire and his clan, blinded in their madness to the extent that they would allow the elves to force their hand. The day the elves came, led by the warrior betrayers of the wheel, was the day my destiny was writ upon the stone. Gudmund Orbender would never be banished by the hand of an elf, no matter what untrue judgment of guilt were handed down. The voice of reason, usually so heard by the dwarven kind, was shunned when it cried to drive the human from our ancestral home. The Bates child sold the dwarven birthright to the world, and as he was the charge of Stinar, so must be the guilt. This day shall be remembered for the days of the Orbender, when the proudest of clans may be forced as sheep into a circle of banishment created by lowly elves. While warriors stand and do not, the Orbender must reject all his dwarven bones will him to do, as there must be one to stay and make record of this, the most evil of days. I scream for my brothers to fight the unfair judgment of the clan of all clans. I scream at them still. So yeah, ask him questions. Why would the dwarves let elves interfere in their affairs? The elves cowered in the fear of the might of dwarven machines have for eons past, waiting for their chance to set the dwarves upon themselves with a threat of war. Which elves? Elves are elves are elves. All elves are the same to my eyes. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Trap? Thankfully not. Alright, bud. Isle of Despair is next. Gotta report back to Bates. This would be a chore, except... ta-da! Also because of my supreme magic. Check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up. And I'm gonna... oh shit, I gotta... there we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. See? Magic is the solution and cause to many problems. Now, the issue is, of course, at hand right now, the game is slightly lagging here and there, which is disconcerting to me. But fuck it. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to tell Bates that his selling of dwarven technology resulted in a banishment of the clan to an Isle of Despair Strange occurrences in Ashbury. None of my business. Hopefully none of my business. Put that in the paper and smoke it. Please don't smoke the paper. That would be dangerous. Alright, we're just gonna walk in like we own the place. And then we're going to get paid. In theory. Maybe. We'll see. I wish for payment in levels. Oh, where's Grandpappy? Oh, he's asleep. Excellent. Alright. Oh, apparently I'm not allowed in. It is sleep time after all. Fine. You Victorian-era plutocrat. I'll just wait out front as the game spins its wheels. We will advance time till morning. I love that there's all that little polite conversation. Yes.
You have returned. Tell me, what news?
The dwarves are banished.
For the sake of the gods, out!
Because of you? Here's some gold for your trouble. Can you do
you
something
would.
for me?
I know I've already asked much of you, but an old man needs to put his mind at ease.
Of course, how do I get there?
Go to the docks at Ashbury. You can find it on your map. Ask around for Edward Teach, a crusty old salt. He is in command of one of the boats that I use for special jobs.
Sure.
I trust him implicitly. There are rumors of a somewhat less than virtuous career on the high seas, but he's a good man should a difficult situation arise.
This is reassuring.
I'll wire ahead to tell Teach to expect you.
So, time to level. Yeah, I got 2 points, so choices. I would like to be able to dodge more things. Magic is amazing, though. I love magic. I love magic so much in this. Alright, let's see. Call fire elementals could be good. I can already summon angry boys, should I need it. You can do some pretty amazing shit, so let's go ahead and do 2 points into Dex, so I can also lockpick, because, well, secondhand goods, or rather the 5-finger discount, is, welcome. Because I have expenses, and life is expensive, or cheap, depending on who you are. But at any rate, until next time, friends, stay safe out there.